From the Tennessee Valley Weather Center, this is your afternoon weather update.
We have one more nice afternoon until things turn stormy and potentially severe. We will break down tomorrow's storm threat. Again, strong to severe thunderstorms expected for the Tennessee Valley. But until then, again, today, nothing to worry about. We have clear skies for the rest of this afternoon. We started off very quaint and very calm. Temperatures will warm up to the upper 60s and even lower 70s by this afternoon. So let's go ahead and play through future gusts for the rest of today, and we will really focus on the timing and storm mode for tomorrow's severe weather event and what we can expect with that. But again, for the rest of this afternoon, temperatures, like I said, upper 60s to lower 70s with winds out of the south about 10 miles an hour. We'll see a few clouds filter in and maybe even a few light rain showers overnight and early Friday morning. This is not going to affect our severe threat as far as the morning showers go, but once we get into the afternoon hours, that's when we're going to start to see or have to keep a closer eye on what we are seeing in the sky. We're expecting a few breaks in the clouds over throughout the rest of the morning and afternoon for Friday. Again, we're just going to have to keep a close eye on what's happening in the afternoon, but I do think the severe potential still remains later on in the evening. I think we're going to mainly see a few kind of messy showers in the morning and early afternoon hours. And then by the time we get to 5 p.m., I think that's when we're going to start having to pay much closer attention to what starts firing off and popping up on the radar. 5 p.m., you see a few scattered thunderstorms. Again, we're going to have to keep a close eye on this. Again, the main threat still beyond this, and then heading into 7 p.m. you see this line of thunderstorms, and it is a broken line at that, which means we could be talking about some supercells heading into this evening that will be lining out as we progress throughout your Friday evening. So this is 7 p.m. Friday. Again, a lot of thunderstorm action going on, strong thunderstorms at that, potentially rotating thunderstorms as well. And by the time we get to 9 p.m., I really don't like this look here on the radar. You see individual cells separated from this main line, and even at this, we are looking at some very strong signatures on Futurecast. So again, Friday afternoon, evening, and overnight, we're going to have to pay very close attention to these thunderstorms. Ingredients will be in place for these to become strong to severe as well as rotating. So a few tornadoes are certainly in the forecast for tomorrow, as well as damaging winds associated with these thunderstorms. If we get more cellular, more individual like storms, we're going to really have to focus on the tornado threat as apart from the damaging wind threat, but the damaging wind threat remains nonetheless for Friday evening. And then those storms clear out for Saturday, and we cool down a little bit into the 60s for the afternoon, getting up to the upper 60s, heading into, again, the severe weather threat for Friday. So this is the overall threat. The entire Tennessee Valley viewing area is within this threat. Although the higher threat looks to be to our west, those storms will be moving into our area, and they won't be weakening very much as they get into our area. So we're still very, very concerned and paying very close attention to the progression of the thunderstorms heading into Friday evening. So let's go ahead and zoom in on our area. Again, the entire Tennessee Valley viewing area should be paying very close attention to this forecast for Friday evening into the overnight. We're calling it an elevated threat for Friday evening. Again, the timing about after 5 p.m. through about 1 a.m. is what it's looking like to me. Of course, that clearing out from west to east, and we are keeping a very close eye on the threats. As far as those threats go, we're looking at damaging winds as well as some rotation and a few tornadoes certainly possible. So if you remember the storms last week, we had a line of thunderstorms and we had some individual cells of thunderstorms, and those individual cells of thunderstorms as well as the line of thunderstorms were rotating. That's what we're going to see again on Friday, is what we expect. So if we see more linear thunderstorms, we're still expecting a tornado threat, but if we see more cellular and individual cells as far as the thunderstorm mode, we're going to have to ramp up our concerns on the tornado threat heading into Friday evening. So nonetheless, a tornado threat remains. Just how strong is that threat? We are still working out those details exactly on the storm mode, but all storm modes look to be in place for Friday evening. So In order to prepare, again, this is happening tomorrow. If you do not already, be sure to download the Tennessee Valley Weather app. You can use this QR code to get that app. We will send you notifications when we go live for any severe watches or warnings, and you can get all of the forecast updates right at your fingertips on your smartphone. And as well, we always stress having multiple ways to get warnings. Of course, your smartphone is a great way to get warnings, but also your NOAA weather radio will go off if your phone is not charged, if it dies, if there's any sort of cellular connection issue. Your NOAA weather radio will still go off, so be sure those have their good batteries in it. I like to think of a NOAA weather radio as your own personal weather siren. So overall, have multiple ways to get warning and pay very close attention to the forecast for Friday late afternoon, evening, and into the overnight hours. But again, like I said, for today, not too much to worry about. We're going to have one more nice day, the calm before the storm. Temperatures again in the upper 60s to lower 70s under a mostly clear sky in southern middle Tennessee, as well as northwest Alabama and northeast Mississippi. A touch warmer though to our south. We are looking at temperatures in the lower 70s, making way for a very nice afternoon for us today. But of course, things turn stormy for tomorrow, expecting severe storms for Friday evening. Again, remember, we are still going to see some rain showers periodically throughout the morning and afternoon. And as far as our severe threat goes, I don't think that's going to take too much of an impact away from what we are expecting in the evening. But of course, we will keep an eye on that threat and let you know if anything changes with the forecast. Heading into Saturday, we start to clear out, temperatures in the upper 60s with a partly to mostly cloudy sky, maybe a stray rain shower on Sunday, a few rain showers possible Monday. Then we're looking at a midweek storm system next week as well. We're going to get through Friday night before we get into the details on that, but we are keeping a very close eye on the middle of next week as well. So be sure to stay weather aware, pay very close attention. Fred Gossage will be back in with you. He will be live at 5 with another update on tomorrow evening's severe weather threat. Have a great rest of your afternoon and stay safe.